This concludes our current chapter, but the story is far from over. We shall return very soon to see how these extraordinary events unfold and what the future holds for our characters. Make sure you stay tuned for the next exciting installment of this journey, as there is plenty more to come in the very near future. To be continued. But I must warn you, Watson, he has a difficult character. Very. I would even say unbearable.
What do you mean?
He's rather eccentric. He has some odd habits. He's not very sociable.
Excellent. I'm not very sociable myself.
Here we are. Well, have you changed your mind?
I haven't really got a choice. Is Mr. Sherlock Holmes in?
Go on through, he's upstairs.
After you.
You're after then.
Good afternoon.
Found it.
Found what exactly?
The formula. I found a reagent that reacts with hemoglobin and nothing else. Well, allow me to introduce you. Dr. Watson, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. You've been back from the East for a while.
Not long. How'd you know?
Trifles. Tell me, Dr. Watson, do you realise the full importance of my discovery?
Yes, as an experiment, it's interesting. But what practical use does it have?
Good heavens, it's precisely practical. You simply don't understand what possibilities this opens up for forensic medicine. Give me your finger.
Oh, no.
Just a single drop of blood. You see, the water appears completely clear. The proportion of blood is negligible, only 1 in a million. Yeah. Well then, what would you say to that? And now,
Just imagine that a small brownish stain is found on the suspect's clothing. Is it blood, rust, fruit juice, or paint? Not a single expert would dare to determine it. But with the help of my reagent, it can be done in a minute.
Yes, indeed. I take back what I said. Oh, this is very interesting, Holmes. But I brought Watson to you on another matter. You said this flat was beyond your means.
Yes, it's a bit pricey.
Watson, as you guessed, is back from the eastern colonies and seeking lodgings in London on a budget.
I think it would be quite affordable for the two of ye.
Yes, if you still need a companion, then...
If that would suit Mr. Watson. There are two separate bedrooms here and a shared sitting room.
Well, of course you'll clear all this out. Well, it's very nice here. Everything suits me, so I can move in tomorrow. Oh, that's splendid then.
I understand you, Mr. Watson. You've met Mrs. Hudson, a lovely old lady, and she doesn't poke her nose into other people's business, other people's affairs. But I'm quite a different matter. Firstly, I snope.
Well, so do we.
Secondly, I play the violin.
Unfortunately, do not play the violin, but I do enjoy listening to good music.
Thirdly, I conduct chemical experiments.
That's you're right, especially as they are quite successful.
And fourthly, I have a great many visitors.
As for me, I'm afraid no one will come to see me, except for Mr. Stanford. So the average number of visitors will not be very high. And besides, Mr. Holmes, I possess the same virtue as your landlady. I don't poke my nose into other people's business.
Whereas I do like to poke my nose into other people's affairs. Did you acquire this yourself?
Yes, I was lucking in that. Although I am quite a decent shot. Oh, by the way, Mr. Holmes.
Yes. And
How did you guess that I had been in the eastern colonies?
it's the simplest chain of reasoning. Stanford introduced you as a doctor. And you have a military bearing, so you must be an army doctor. Your left arm doesn't work well, so you must have been wounded. And then it's just a matter of recalling where British troops have recently seen action. In the East, yes.
It really is very simple.
Mr. Watson,
Yes, yes,
is that a novel?
yes.
You read novels?
Are you trying to say that you don't? It's Pickens.
I've never read him, I don't read him, and I don't intend to. I don't read fiction at all.
Well, what about history, philosophy?
History, philosophy, but I don't touch them.
Well, what about it then? Aristotle, Joan of Arc, Copernicus?
Copernicus, that name rings a bell. What did he do?
Good heavens, it was actually he who first discovered that the massive Earth revolves around the sun and not the other way round. Or is that fact unknown to you as well?
My eyes tell me that, if anything, the sun revolves around the Earth. Mind you, perhaps your Copernicus chap is right after all.
Forgive me, Holmes. You're a sharp-minded man, that's plain to see. You know chemistry brilliantly. So how is it you don't know things every schoolboy does?
Well, when I was a schoolboy, I did know it, but then I thoroughly forgot.
Are you boasting about your ignorance?
And you, Watson, can you tell the difference between the mud on Regent Street and the mud on Piccadilly? Or the ash of a Havana cigar from that of a Manila one? Or can you tell me what's written in the third paragraph? The British Empire's penal code, can you?
I'm talking about elementary things that everyone knows.
But I'm not everyone. Watson, you see, the human brain is like an empty attic into which you can stuff anything you like. A fool does just that, drags in both the useful and the useless. And eventually, the time comes when you can't cram in the one thing you really need, or it's hidden so far away that you can't get to it. I do things differently. In my attic, there are only the tools I need. There are many of them, but they're in perfect order and always at hand, and I don't need any unnecessary clutter.
You consider Copernicus's teachings to be clutter?
Very well. Let's suppose the Earth revolves around the Sun.
That is to say, what do you mean, suppose?
The Earth revolves around the Sun, but that won't be of any use to me in my work.
How dreadful it would be to live in a world where there was no one to talk to about poetry or painting or politics. Where everyone knows only what they need for their work.
Watson,
Sorry?
Mr. Watson. Watson, I can reassure you. The thing is, there are very few people like me in the world. In fact, I might be the only one.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen. Where are you off to? Where you going, sir? Where through?
We've come to see Mr. Holmes.
Watson, they're here for me. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
You didn't wait for me. Hunger is stronger than male solidarity. That? The will. Never mind. I'll catch up with you soon, and then we'll have a game of chess. Do you play chess?
And your visitor?
Visitor? The old chap. He's gone.
Gone?
Yes, he's gone.
I didn't see him. Mrs. Hudson? Did you see an old man like that leave Mr. Holmes's rooms?
What old man?
A rather unpleasant one, in filthy rags.
No, I didn't see anyone. And in general, Mrs. Hudson, I try never to look at who comes and goes to see him. And I wouldn't advise you to either.
Watson, come in, my dear Watson. Please do come in. Tell me, Watson, have you ever come across any of these charming gentlemen? Test your powers of observation.
And who are they?
They're good acquaintances of mine.
I'm not acquainted with him.
After you. I'm sure my services will no longer be required. Please, right through this door. Now you can be completely at ease, Your Grace. What are you eating there, Watson? Omelettes? How revolting. Put that aside and get dressed.
What's the matter?
We're going out to dinner at a restaurant. Ferrari. We'll eat quails and drink. Charros. Well, I am a rich man today.
Thank you, I'm full. Mrs. Hudson, hey, don't you think Mr. Holmes a mysterious man?
No, I don't think so. Generally speaking, I spend my time reading and discussing.
Me too.
Why are you speaking in a whisper? After all, he's not a hoe. Can't you sleep, Watson?
I slept perfectly well, but this woke me up.
But you said you like music.
Music? Yes. But this is... I thought someone was in trouble. Or a cat was stuck in the chimney.
Perhaps you're right. But the thing is, it's one of my habits. These sounds help me think better. And right now, there's plenty to think about.
You'd be better off thinking about the fact that it's already 2 o'clock in the morning.
What's that?
An eye. A human eye.
At last one?
A real one. It's commonly believed that the image of the murderer remains in the pupil of the victim at the very moment before death. I've conducted a number of experiments, and I can say with confidence, absolute nonsense. My dear Watson, to comfort you, I can play something more familiar to your ear.
He's very secretive. Never talks about his past or his family. You don't know what his profession is.
No, he never said, even though we've known each other for 3 years, and it felt a bit awkward to ask.
Me too. There you are. That's why I decided to observe him more closely.
Yes? And what did your observations lead to?
Oh, don't rush, don't rush. I'll tell you everything in order. The thing is, I immediately noticed that he has a very narrow range of interests. Doesn't know the simplest things, although he knows criminal law perfectly, and chemistry, well, at least the part of it that concerns poisons and explosive. He knows everything about weapons, both cold steel and firearms.
But he probably shoots quite well. And boxes.
Boxes? Well, that can be checked, can't it?
What are you trying to say by that?
Everything I want to say, I will say. He has some rather strange visitors. I've seen women leaving his place in tears. One repulsive-looking old man came and never left. He went into Holmes's bedroom and didn't come back.
So where did he go then? Alive?
Perhaps he was hiding from the police. And Holmes helped him get out through the window onto the neighbouring roof. Or perhaps it was something even worse.
Surely you don't think Holmes is mixed up with criminals?
Have a look over to your left, but do so very carefully. Discreetly.
Is he? A man is reading a newspaper.
It's not that simple. There's a hole in his newspaper. He's watching us through it. And there's the second one. By the tree. He's keeping an eye on us as well. They're probably Holmes's people. Holmes's.
Watson, that poor fellow certainly didn't buy the newspaper. It was lying in a rubbish heap. That's why there's a hole in it. And the one by the tree is simply waiting for you to finish your cigar so he can take your stub.
I understand, it's hard for you to believe. I wouldn't want to believe it myself. There's a lot that's appealing about Sherlock Holmes. I find him interesting. I like him. But the facts are against him. It was here you left this on the table in the hall yesterday. These are lockpicks.
But still, it's incredible to think that someone like Sherlock Holmes could turn out to be an ordinary criminal.
Not ordinary. That's just it. He's extraordinary. I'm convinced that he doesn't commit crimes himself. He's a thinker. The brain of the criminal world.
What do you want, my dear fella?
Watson, you've come just in time. I've misplaced my keys somewhere.
Here, your keys.
Thank you. I'm so glad you found them.
Mr. Holmes,
I mean,
would you care for a bit of boxing?
are you serious? Won't you regret it?
I was the champion of my regiment.
It's time we had a word, you and I. You probably think I pick pockets. Snatch watches from gawkers and lie in wait for passers-by in dark corners.
Mr. Holmes, have you forgotten that the doctor has an injured arm?
You're not very observant, Mrs. Hudson. I've not used my left arm once, so the odds are even.
In that case, I think I'll fetch some sherry.
Let's start with the fact that you've begun hiding your watch. You used to leave it on the mantelpiece, on the table, on the sideboard. Let's say you're afraid of my visitors. Let's go further. You used to subscribe to the Times, but now it's the Daily News.